Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for January 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your monthly reading for January 2024. I can't believe it's come round already, but here we are. January marks the dawn of another year, but it's not just the marking of a new chapter. Leaving 2023 behind, it's more than that. We also have one of the most significant and powerful transits occurring on the 20th of January. Now, heavyweight, transformative planet Pluto moves into the maverick sign of Aquarius. And of course, you are governed by Pluto, so this is going to affect you more than most. It really is a big deal. Last time Pluto moved signs was in 2008, and it moved into the sign of Capricorn, which rules money, governments, and power struggles. Now, Pluto can be very destructive in its nature and its force. It also brings the hidden to light. And in 2008, we saw one of the most notably difficult financial crashes the world has ever witnessed. Pluto will retrograde periodically back into Capricorn, but will ultimately remain in Aquarius until March 2043. Now, that's actually really great for the collective. It's all about people coming together. But Pluto's influence in Aquarius now will encourage innovation, strengthening of that community vibe, a desire to change the world for a better, and yearning for more independence. Any hidden agendas or information hidden from society is set to be revealed from 2024 onwards, but do watch out for distractions sent to camouflage these potentially controversial moments, because they will arise also. Now, on a personal note, it will influence you in a major way to transform your life, reestablish your power, exert your independent nature, be bold and daring and do different things that you've never done before, integrate and spread your wings to fly. On a psychological level, it will help you break negative patterns to free yourself up from self-sabotage traits or self-doubt. And Mercury, planet of communication, also goes direct, making for a smoother transition into 2024. Any delays you've been experiencing will be freed up and solutions found quicker, and good news arrives faster than usual. So if you're waiting on something, expect movement in that area. We'll all be accessing clear, logical thinking. You'll feel more organized to get back into routines and make swift decisions or changes to enable you to reach successful milestones in your life. This is the time of year where, sorry, they want me to go one more, so I will. This is the time of year where you may implement a New Year resolution or an intention to cut something out, or even to add something to your life to make it easier. Planning and strategizing will be at the forefront of your mind, and Jupiter, planet of good luck, expansion, and opportunity, will be in the sign of Taurus. So you'll be more money and budget focused and get serious about your goals with a renewed fire in your soul. And combining these elements, it's a very exciting time to find new ways of earning money or saving finances to create security in an ever-changing environment. There will be some bumpy times in 2024, don't get me wrong. The year ahead also has so much potential to tap into, and January is your blueprint to start from and reach higher than ever before, attaining true happiness, comfort, and prosperity. Now, we do have the new moon in Capricorn on the 11th of January. You may have also been affected by the full moon in Cancerian energy, so you may have been feeling a little bit more sensitive than usual. But as you move into that new moon energy in Capricorn, it's a power-packed transformation energy which will help you shift a gear, shall we say, to shape your reality and get stuff done. Also, we have a full moon in Leo on the 25th of January, and that reminds us all to be flamboyant, to celebrate ourselves, but at the same time be humble. Now, you in particular, my beautiful Scorpio, you're affected by your third house of communication. Finding your voice, to speak loud and proud, express yourself and your ideas, and also the law of attraction works really well for you now as you visualize and communicate anything that you want to the universe, and the desire to manifest will be stronger than usual, and you'll actually attract things quicker than usual as well. You'll be really focused on what steps you need to take to get to where you want to go. Also, you may feel a little bit more sociable than usual with neighbors or siblings if you have them, family members or friends, soul tribe members, and you may feel compelled to study. Being that student of life, I feel like you may enroll on a new class or a new way of learning, absorbing lots of information, investigating new things, maybe even taking a quick trip abroad or a cultural trip somewhere in order to expand your mind and your consciousness. Some of you may also be a little bit more interested in the occult this year, to look at spiritual growth, develop your spiritual gifts, or even, move into an arena where you are embracing meditation to expand your mind and to manage your stress levels. Now, also your 10th house of ambition is focused pretty much mid-month, shall we say, and you'll have the energy, the drive, and the motivation to get projects finished and your tasks done. If you're in business, you'll elevate to make your mark in whatever part of the world you want to establish yourself in, and your reputation is actually going to be very successful, full of great ideas, and you're destined for the top. But of course, if you're not in the career environment, this is also a perfect time to get serious about your projects or tasks around the home space and, basically finish what you start. Also, this is a time to implement great new ideas and take them to the next level. You'll be more organized than usual, more focused, and hit your targets faster than ever before, whatever they may be. Now, looking at your chart, I definitely see you're liberating yourself from some very difficult times. Okay, I feel there's this energy of being contained for quite some time. You may have felt in the last couple of years that you have been living a life where you have been either a little bit on autopilot or contained in some way. You may have bottled up certain things in order to process them, and I feel like you've been dormant. But 2024, you're about to get real fizzy. That's the energy that I'm getting. It's almost like you're letting it all out. They're actually showing me right now a champagne bottle, okay, and it's popping. Now, whenever I see a champagne bottle, it tends to mean that you are going to celebrate something, or there's something coming in to celebrate, but it can also be that release, expressing yourself. I definitely see that words are going to be so important to you this year as well. I mean, I know I'm doing January, this is the January reading, and I will do a yearly, but I feel a lot of you are going to benefit from expressing yourself, whether it's something creative, maybe you're writing something or publishing something, or some of you may be, creating something with your hands, or some of you may be giving talks or presentations. I feel all of those are going to go really well for you, and you're going to be so articulate and find the right words, the focus, and be very clear thinking about where you want to take your life. I get this sense that you are not changing direction, but changing an approach to 2024 in general, and it definitely starts as that blueprint for January. I feel like this is your springboard. I mean, look at that card. That's your starting card there. And I feel that you are very focused on accomplishing quite a lot this year. So you may have written down many intentions, but I feel like you're taking a healthier approach in how you accomplish those things. I feel like you're not going to overdo it, overwork yourself, overburden yourself. I feel like you're taking your time and almost trying to get into a routine that helps you rather than puts too much on your plate. Because I definitely see that you're managing stress levels and you're putting your health to the forefront as well. Now, the Fool card, this is a new beginning. You are so ready for this new year. You're so over 2023, and that came out in one of your last readings. But this is really about embracing life and where it could take you. This is about potential. This is about getting curious and excited about all that 2024 can, hold for you, is what I see here. So I feel like you are, to some degree, opening yourself up to the unknown. Uncharted territory. You're going to have a lot of new things come into your life, and there's going to be a lot of firsts this year. So you may be learning how to do new things that perhaps 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, or even last year that you never thought you'd accomplish or even do or even be interested in. So for example, if you're someone who is super creative, right, and you're always having these wonderful visions, and of course you're launching a new business, for example, and you're becoming very independent because you have a 9 of Pentacles there. So I definitely see that a lot of you are thinking about independent living. Yes, you may be influenced by people around you and the people that you surround yourself with, but at the same time, I feel like you're very precise about how you want to live this year. And I feel like there's intentional living coming through here, where you're intentionally doing certain things that excite you, that you want to explore in a new way. So for example, if you are launching like a new business, you may suddenly, investigate how to run a business or how to increase your finances. Or, if you've never been interested in the financial world, for example, suddenly you may be like, let's look into stocks and shares. Let's look into this, that, and the other. I'm just giving you an example. For example, also, if you've been someone who's a number cruncher most of the time, I feel suddenly you're like, you know what, I'd love to just, create a piece of art. And suddenly I feel it opens up a whole new world for you. So I definitely see there's a lot of potential for you, but also you're embracing your childlike spirit. You're rediscovering yourself. And I feel like you've been doing that for the last couple of years, and really like strongly in 2023, it felt very much like you've been standing still in order to really go deep and process a lot of things, like get closure from past situations that really hurt you. Emotional care has been at the forefront. So it almost felt like, although things have been happening and, life has been going on, it's almost like to some degree, my beautiful Scorpio, you felt like nothing really changed. However, everything's changed. You've changed. And I feel like you're totally coming into 2024 so different, okay? Something in you that is big has changed. And I feel like you're opening yourself up to that playfulness. You're trying to be a little bit more positive about the way things could go for you. And as you can see there, we got the 9 of Wands and we got the Devil card. So, I feel you've experienced hardship. You've experienced that feeling of being stuck, and you're launching yourself away from it. You're liberating yourself from, perhaps temptation, things that perhaps are not good for you. I feel like you're guarding your mental health, your emotional health, and I feel you're protecting yourself as you move forward. So a lot of you may be thinking, I want to take a little bit more risk. I want to open myself up to new adventures. But at the same time, with the 9 of Wands there, you're not just running into something foolishly. I feel like you've done a lot of due diligence. I feel that you've been investigating where you want to take life next. And now you're ready to take that leap of faith. Now you're ready to, explore in a new, exciting way. I actually see you have a lot of enthusiasm for 2024. However, the undercurrent is, there's some stuff that perhaps you are awakened to, or that you are aware that you have to be cautious about, okay? So I don't feel like you're completely throwing caution to the wind. I feel like you're very aware of your circumstances, and I feel like you're not giving up on something. You may find, a new direction towards it, but I actually see, with this new beginning, some of you may have a lot of new things happening for you. This could be a new way of living. It could be a new job. It could be a new diet. It could be a new way of interacting with people, especially if you tend to be an overgiver. But with the Fool card, this is about, strategizing something that you want to launch into. And you may not know how you're going to get there, but with the star present there and the manifestation card, I definitely see that you're tapping into a lot of focus and a lot of powerful energy that helps you get to where you want to go because you are so focused. You're going to put that effort in, and I feel behind the scenes, the universe is orchestrating the path, and the universe has been asking you for quite some time, trust the path, trust the vision. And now I feel like you're trusting your intuition, and you're trusting that the universe is going to guide you to where you need to be. All you need to do is be open to it. And I definitely see that you're so open to it. Now, with the Devil card here, a lot of you are looking at what tempts you in life or what is toxic for you in life. And I feel like you're moving away from that. So whether it's a food substance, whether it's a person, whether it's a situation or an environment, I definitely see that you're being very cautious about your energy and who you give your time and your attention to. The Nine of Wands is to ask questions. It is an energy of being uncertain, okay? So this could be like, for example, a food substance that perhaps may be giving you a reaction. It could be that you're feeling bloated or you're hormonal and, whatever food substance is triggering it, or it could be that there is some changes within you and you're looking at trying to eliminate what could be the cause. Equally, it could be a friendship that you feel like you've held on to for a long time because you always want to give that person the benefit of the doubt, or that they've been with you from the very beginning. However, you've evolved in some way and they've evolved in some way, and perhaps there are some jealousy moments or some, I'm just getting an energy of, someone who, it's like they don't wish you anything negative, but they're not truly happy with their own life right now. So whenever you get a milestone or a win in your life, they don't really celebrate it because they feel that in some way they haven't reached where they want to go. So it's almost like you're keeping your projects to yourself, you're working in stealth mode towards something, but also I feel that was the past. Now you're kind of like unapologetically yourself and saying, you know what, I'm going to share my good fortune, and not in a way where you are not being humble or you're sort of like bragging or anything like that. I feel you're done with always having to be behind the scenes. I feel this is your year to come to the forefront and say, you know what? I worked really hard for this, and actually I should celebrate myself. And those who do not celebrate with me, because I feel you're the sort of person who would celebrate other people's wins and always raise them up and, champion them. I feel you're actually letting those relationships or those situations go because they may be just holding you back. And that's not a selfish thing. That's actually an act of self-care, okay? Now, the Devil card is to highlight where you've been feeling stuck, and your overarching energy is a Fool card. So you are liberating yourself from a very stuck period. I feel like you've been going through a period where you're breaking down illusions in your life, okay? And some of these illusions you may have built yourself. I'm not pointing a finger at you, my beautiful Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio too, and I totally understand. Sometimes we just get stuck in a rut, and we can either make an excuse or we can say, you know what? I need to make these moves in order to change my situation. And I feel like you're looking at this energy of the obsession, okay? Where sometimes you do too much. You take too much on. You burn the candle at both ends. And I feel like you're really looking at that this year because, you can put a lot of effort into things, but you can prioritize and you don't feel like you have to do everything all at once or always be there to help everybody else and then leave yourself without any energy to do you. So I feel like you are balancing things out a little bit more, okay? So it doesn't mean you're not still going to help people. Of course, you are a beautiful heart who is always there when anybody needs you. But I also feel you're just going to be a little bit more discerning about your energy and how you channel it. And you're feeling like you're channeling it into really healthy things here. Seven of Cups, I feel, you're looking at all the potential and possibilities in life and what it can bring you. But I feel with the Nine of Wands here, you may have come into 2024 a little bit exhausted, okay? Also a little bit like in a protective measure where you're guarding yourself. There's a defense mechanism up here as well. But also, I feel that's holding you in good stead. And what I mean by that, because I'm going to pull a card on it. So, for example, I feel like you want to have a little bit more fun, a little bit more spontaneity, but you also have responsibility. And you may see that the world is changing around you, and you're trying to create stability and put yourself in a really good position to weather the bumpiness that's going to come in 2024. There is more in 2025. Don't get me wrong. It is going to... it's almost like a domino effect is what I see. And I know that you can feel it too, my beautiful Scorpio. But at the same time, I feel like you don't want it to rob you of joy, of living in the moment, to finding excitement and magic in the everyday, because that's what life's all about. So I feel like you have a healthy awareness of how things are changing around you. But at the same time, I feel like you want to live life on your own terms. And I feel this stillness that you had in 2023, I feel this year, 2024, you're going to be like happening to life, lots more adventure, lots more traveling, really opening yourself up to expressing yourself. And especially if you've had some sort of creative block, I feel that is like dissipating as well there. We got the Two of Cups. Okay. Now, the Two of Cups, at grassroots, the Two of Cups is all about manifestation. What your heart is vibing at, you are matching a frequency and you're attracting a lot more. This is a card of attraction, but also it can be about your friendships, about your relationships and, the people around you, understanding what you need in a friendship, reciprocity. You give a lot of yourself. So I feel like you are making sure that there is reciprocity there, that you don't actually like overgive. And I'm talking in like business relationships as well as, romantic relationships or even family and friends relationships. But also I feel if you have not had love for a while or you're looking for love, I feel like you're really noticing red flags. And I feel that you are kind of focusing a little bit more on finding a partner this year. It's not that you didn't focus on it last year. I feel like it wasn't your primary focus, but I feel like you are trying to gravitate more towards what feels good and open yourself up to, deepening your friendships and also having a love relationship as well. I mean, I do see there is a potential for you to find love if that's what you're manifesting, but ultimately I feel like you're manifesting more fun, spontaneity, and they're actually giving me an image right now of a horse. Okay, let me just really tap into that because it's really intense, the image they're showing me. Okay, so I'm getting a real close-up of a horse. I'm seeing a horse's eye, okay, and it's really focused and intense and deep. And then I'm seeing, it's almost like I'm being shown it going out a little bit further where I can see that the horse has got blinkers on it, okay, and... Okay, now I can see that the horse is actually in, when they do the racing, they're in like a gate, like the starter's gate. And the horse is like moving back and forth. The energy is like they want to get going on something, but it felt like now was not the right time. I feel it's almost like they're showing me that was 2023. Like you were at the starter's gate for something. And now I'm just having the mark and the gates are open and the horse is running and it's running so fast and it's like jumping over the hurdles and it's keeping on galloping. And I feel this is your energy for 2024 in general. But I feel January is the month where you're at the starter's gate and now the gate is open and now you're let loose. That fizziness, that passion, that drive, that tenacity. And I feel like you've got super focus as well to get whatever it is that you want. And we've got the Devil card as well. So I feel like you've been learning about toxicity in relationships or, how sometimes you attract people who are very obsessed with your energy, trying to control that wild spirit that you have. And some of you as well, I feel there's a lot of jealousy surrounding you sometimes, and you may have noticed that you played small or went under the radar in order to stay away from these situations. I feel some of you have been learning the lesson of articulating that something is not right or it's wrong or it's upsetting or hurtful in your world, rather than just going off grid, rather than just disappearing, okay? Now, again, I'm not pointing a finger at you, my beautiful Scorpio. I've done this too. Sometimes when something really wounds me or I feel someone has, done something that I feel was not called for, I go extremely silent. It's almost like I suck the whole energy out of the room, and I don't do it on purpose. It's just this darkness that comes, and I just go really silent, and then, I may even like just disappear from their lives, or, not text them, or just stand back and just see how it plays out. And that's a protective measure, okay? And this is something I did many, many years ago, and, now that I'm mature, I don't do that as much as I used to. So maybe this is something that perhaps you've been learning about, to actually nip it in the bud and say, no, that's not acceptable. I'm not accepting that behavior, rather than just stepping away, because sometimes the person, they're completely oblivious to their toxic energy if you're dealing with someone who is toxic. And sometimes people know, okay? So we can't always give someone the benefit of the doubt that they are not aware, because people make choices, okay? And I feel that by you stepping away or going off grid and not communicating that someone has perhaps gone too far in a situation, I feel it leaves them with the thought that you did the stepping away. So it's your fault. There's this weird thing that's coming out right now. I don't know who needs to hear that, but it's coming out for somebody out there. I feel this is your year to be really vocal and say, no, actually, I don't want that. I don't like that. Don't do that. I feel like you're really establishing huge boundaries in your life this year. And January is the start. Now, also we have the star energy, and it's in the resistance position. So it's like you got it in the reverse. Now, I don't like to call anyone out, my beautiful Scorpio, but I've also got to be really honest with you. There's an energy coming out here. There is something that perhaps you find hard to give up, or is hurting you in some way. And if you would just let it go, you would heal from this, whatever this is. It could be a person, could be a food substance, could be an experience, could actually be an environment, because although it's important to you and although it has affected you in some way, I feel it has no place in 2024, and it will prevent your happiness. So, some of you, it could be medical, or it could be, what I mean by medical, as in it could be that you like something that triggers something medical for you. For example, if you love sugar, it could be that it's raising cortisol in your body, or it's causing you anxiety, or for example, if you love coffee like I do, maybe in moderation. I'm not saying cut it out completely. I see that you're aware of it, but moderation and balance is a key for you, especially in January is what I'm seeing, because it almost like sets you up for the rest of the year. Now, also, we've got the star energy, which means lots of new ideas, inspiration, and a renewal. So I feel you're in a new phase of life, and I feel you're actually aligning yourself with some wishes this month in particular, and I feel there's a lot of clarity as well. You know what you want, and you know how to get there, but at the same time, you don't know the steps necessary, and all those answers will come to you. And the star energy also is, and I don't normally get that with this card, it's almost like you're tapping into your soul song, because some of you may have felt a little bit numb or on autopilot over the last couple of years, and I feel like you are reconnected to a part of yourself that you lost touch with. And this year, 2024, is going to be so exciting for you, because it feels like you're back to best. And I also get this energy that there is a brighter future to look forward to, but some of you have been seeing like the world at large and how difficult things are, and things that are changing as well. And it has affected you greatly because you are an empath. But at the same time, I feel like you are bringing that spark back, and I feel like you're like rediscovering your sparkle, because when you raise your vibrations, you actually affect the world as well. And if everybody did that to some degree, we would change the world. And I definitely see that you are tapping into that spirit that you have. And it is a very powerful spirit. I definitely see that you are a visionary. And some of you may also be very interested in learning how to become a seer. I feel naturally you have a gift, but some of you may actually put yourself on a course on how to have visions, or how to trust your visions, or how to scry, maybe even. I'm also seeing hypnotherapy, okay? So some of you may actually be taking hypnotherapy, or you are actually learning how to do it. It could be a course that you're interested in, or you've just booked. They're just showing me this, that you're going to be very cerebral of the mind, and how you can change your mindset for the better. So if I apply that energy that's coming through right now, some of you, there may be something that you find hard to give up, like, I don't know, smoking, for example, and you may decide to go on a hypnotherapy course to help you along. But I feel like you've got very strong willpower. So I feel like you could do it by yourself, but at the same time, some of you just may be interested in how you could utilize a tool or a skill like that to help you a little bit further as well. That's coming through. And again, that's not going to resonate with everyone, but I definitely see it's coming through there as well for you. Now, also with the star energy, we've got the Ace of Swords. As I said earlier, words are going to be so important for you. There is a major breakthrough coming for you this year, and the universe has given you an idea or a project or something that perhaps you are going to finalize or start. I feel like you've been strategizing and planning. I definitely see that you are very cerebral. I feel like there's a deep analysis energy coming through for you where you're creating lots of plans. And I feel, you have certain things that you want to accomplish, almost like you've plot pointed parts of your year of things that you want to get done. You will accomplish those things, okay? The Ace of Swords is actually destiny and fate, being really clear about what you want, being in a synchronistic energy to transform your world in some way. And it's also about opening yourself up to the fact that there is energy operating in your life right now for your highest good that is beyond your human control. So I feel there's going to be lots of moments where you see like double numbers, like 1111, 222, 444, that sort of thing. I actually see that you're on track to gain a wish and something that you're thinking, because you've got very strong mental prowess in January, because your thoughts really are becoming things, but it may be the start of something, start of a project, and it will see you be very successful indeed. Now, some of you, and of course this is coming through, some of you may have gone through a procedure or some sort of surgery, or you are scheduled to have some in January. Okay, I see you healing. Please take the necessary steps to, take it easy, because I see a lot of you may get bored and you want to get back to best. Don't push yourself. I feel like, your health is at the forefront, and, when the moment is right, you will actually move forward and get back to best, as I see you really moving forward quite heavily. That Nine of Pentacles, I definitely see that you will get back into nature, and I feel like a slow move into recovery is what I see there as well. But this is only if you've got it scheduled. I definitely see that, take the time that is necessary to heal, because you may have a relapse. Okay, don't overdo it is what I see there as well. Now, as I said, we've got a Page of Swords here as well. So I see you like investigating a project or going deeper in something that perhaps you don't really know. I get this energy of the unknown for you, uncharted territory, which is so exciting. So I feel there's also some really great news that comes in for you. And this is about the second week of January, something perhaps you've been waiting for, or you've been discussing with somebody back and forth, back and forth. It comes to a close is what I see, and suddenly it arrives. So if you've been waiting for something, waiting for some sort of news or a contract, or you're waiting to sign something, I definitely see the second week of January being a very great time for you to do that. Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords. Now, I feel a lot of you have been healing from someone who is very immature in your world, who may have said something that perhaps was very wounding, and this could be years ago. And I feel it's almost like you leave it in 2023, even if someone did something to you like in 2000, right? I feel suddenly it's a release. Something that maybe you go back to occasionally and you think, if only I'd said that, if only I'd said this. I feel like it kind of just is lifted from your shoulders completely, and you're healed from it, and you leave it behind. It really is a breath of fresh air, because I actually see this whole new lease of life for you for 2024. And although, external circumstances are going to get difficult, I definitely see that you are in a really good position to become very independent. Also, I'm getting an energy that some of you, if it's tax time for you, or you're getting documents, ready for tax. With the Page of Swords and the Ace of Swords, I mean, for some of you, you may have lost a receipt or something. I feel like you'll find a way to recover it, is what I see there. Some of you may also find, and don't shoot the messenger when I say this, some of you may find that if it is tax time, you may have to pay out a little bit more money than you expected, and it may shake you a little bit, but actually you got this, okay? And I actually see money coming back round towards you, and the universe sending you a financial resource as well. So I feel like you've got this. So if some of you are worried about money, I actually seeing you having like a steady stream of income coming in. And if you are currently out of work and you're looking for work, I definitely see that there's a new job coming in, and it may be that you're using all your skills and it's something that you've never done before. I definitely see this energy of starting something that utilizes your voice, where you can be very clear thinking, you can use your investigation skills. So for example, I'm just pulling this out. I don't know where this is coming from, but obviously someone needs to hear it. For example, if you are someone who works in a company where they investigate fraud, for example, you can utilize your detective skills in order to find what is necessary for that role. If you work in the services, for example, and you need to get information that helps the cause of whatever it is that you are working towards, I feel like you find it. Whatever you're doing, I feel like you have an incredibly focused mind, and I feel you're going to reach a milestone or a goal in that career. And I feel that there is some sort of elevation that comes middle of the year for you that puts you in a new position, like a promotional raise. Now, that's only if you're starting something new this month. If you've already been in something for quite some time, I do see some sort of elevation in your career. And I feel like you have an ally in your current working circumstances, someone who puts in a really good word for you, and there's like a new contract and there's new money, okay? But I see a lot of you, Scorpios, whether you're in the career environment or not, I see a lot of you trying to be a little bit more independent in the way that you live life and the way that you get money. So some of you may actually set up second streams of income if you haven't got them already, or you may branch out and try new things that bring in more money. I definitely see you accumulating a lot of money and being able to put it into pensions or savings plans and things like that. Now, your outcome energy, we've got cause and effect. Really great karma coming for you in the month of January. Also, I feel like you are someone who may have noticed that because you have such an innate sense of what you feel is right, you always lead with integrity and honesty, you may have attracted a lot of people who are not like that. Okay, you may have attracted people who perhaps were dishonest or betrayed you in some way, because I feel like you've been sent a lot of lessons to use your voice to call situations out or trust your intuition. It's almost like if you have a hunch that someone has not been honest with you, and you've second guessed yourself, or that person has said, you know what, babe, you can trust me. And deep down you went, I don't think I can. And you sort of overrode that thought and gave them the benefit of the doubt. And later on, it came back to bite you on the you know what. I feel like you've been taught a major lesson about trusting your instincts. And as you move through 2024, there ain't nobody who is going to make you mistrust your instincts or your intuition ever again. I definitely see that you've learned that lesson. Now, also, if some of you are going through some legalities, I feel like, you will be in a really good position to enlist some help. So I feel there could be someone in a position of authority who helps you or gives you a great piece of information there. I do see that there is a win for you, but I also see there is it's almost like you get a fair amount of finances. You may have been expecting a little bit more from this legality or this court case or something, but I feel like you get a little bit less than you're expecting, but I feel it's fair. So to some degree, I feel like you're happy with the way it goes, but at the same time, you may have felt, I should have got a little bit more than that in terms of compensation, but I do feel you're not going to be 100% disappointed, okay? So I got to be honest with that. I feel it's kind of like a leveled energy that's coming through there. But this really is about the effort that you put into everything. and how you are going to get a lot of rewards out. I feel like you're unstoppable in your energy. A lot of you may deal with new contracts. There's going to be a lot of paperwork as well. So whether you're in a career or not, I feel like you're going to be very busy, very productive in the month of January. But also I feel like you're going to be very scheduled. I feel like you're going to be very organized, very focused. And I feel that you will have a lot on your plate. And I guess this energy that's coming through is about making some adjustments, prioritizing what's important, what's not, what can wait, what's really needed to be focused on in the moment. So I definitely see that you are creating that balance and that harmony. And with the manifestation card, I definitely see here that you are super focused. You're someone who is really creative. You're really talented, really gifted at what you do. And I really feel that 2024, I know everybody says this is your year, but I actually see that it is your year to shine. And don't get me wrong, there's some ups and downs, but I feel like you are keeping your eye on the prize. And this is a card of making magic, using the resources and the tools that you've got and making something out of nothing. I feel like you are really that phoenix rising from the ashes. I feel things have been difficult, but this year you actually just it's almost like, and it sounds so, I don't know, it sounds so simple what I'm about to say. It's like your fizziness comes out. I just feel like there's this overflowing of energy and emotion and creativity and this burst of energy that perhaps has been dormant or kept bottled up for a while. And I definitely see that you're not being contained anymore in any area of your life. And that's in love, in friendship, and in anything. I feel like you're just, unapologetically yourself. And that's really going to work in your favor. I feel like stealth mode is a Scorpio trait, but I feel to some degree, you may be working on projects behind the scenes, but actually I feel like you don't want to be in the shadows anymore. I feel like you want to be appreciated for what you bring to the table, whether it's in your family unit, whether it's in your friendship unit, or even in your career, or even if you're retired in the community. Or I just feel like you want to be seen, because I feel a lot of the time you're misunderstood, because people, when they see you as really mysterious, they guess. There's this energy coming through. One moment, please. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. They're giving me this thing. I am not your opinion of me. Okay? I am not your opinion of me. Okay? So I feel that's a very strong statement. And to some degree, you may have felt misunderstood in the past by people, or they may have misunderstood your emotions or your motives. And I feel like you're living life on your own terms. And whilst you do not really care, how people conceive you, at the same time, I feel like you're establishing your power in a stronger way this year, where you're like, I am me. I'm a force to be reckoned with. And you know what? I'm not your opinion of me. I am who I am. So I just get this, this is an Aries card, so I'm probably getting a very strong I am energy from this card, because Aries energy is to establish I am, but your manifestation skills are off the charts, and I feel like you're turning your visions into reality, and you're using that inspired action. We've got the 9 of Pentacles here, and this is about being self-sufficient, self-reliant, disciplined, and if there's anything that tempts you, whether it is a person, a food substance, or something that's not very good for you, I actually feel like you're, with your willpower, you're overriding that energy and saying, no, I'm being disciplined. I'm being wise, and I'm choosing what's right for me. Also, the 9 of Pentacles says you're sticking to your goals. You're completing your tasks. You're sticking to your plans. And I feel like you're trusting that the plan unfolding before you is going to bear fruit, and it will. The 9 of Pentacles indicates, luxurious lifestyles, self-sufficiency, comfortable living, getting out into nature, and being able to save more money than you spend. And in the current economic climate, that's really hard to do, right? So I feel a lot of you are going to accumulate funds that perhaps you've overspent in the previous months. I feel like there's a little bit more money coming on in for you. You're going to be focused financially. The 9 of Pentacles really means that you are going to be comfortable financially. And if you are looking for work, the Page of Swords, there's going to be some sort of communication on a new project. It's a real breakthrough moment for you. It may even feel like a bit of a plot twist, like it's not what you were completely expecting, but at the same time, it's more than you ever wanted when you really get busy doing it, okay? But on a more personal level, I feel like you're cutting something out, or you're like managing it in a way where you're more clear thinking. I feel like you're more organized, more streamlined. There's a lot of clarity, a lot more energy. And with the Seven of Cups, I feel like there's a lot of potential and possibility. This card actually means to use your imagination, you know, and to like fantasize about what you could be or what you want to be. But it's also blending all your energies in this like alchemical kind of like desire to accomplish what you want. So it's almost like the ingredients of life. Use a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and together you're blending all those energies to create something really special. And I feel that's what you're doing. And January is like setting you up for the rest of the year, which will be something to celebrate when you look back on 2024. Also, the Seven of Cups, you know, when I look at your overarching chart, it's kind of like, you know, the undercurrent of life. You know the hidden motives of people, whether it's someone you know, whether it's, you know, the governments, establishments. You know there's always an undercurrent, and you get a choice. You can be aware of it, and you can prepare for it, and you can do everything you need to put yourself in a really good position. However, don't allow it to change your energy, bring you down, rob you of joy. I feel like you're deciding that nobody gets to touch your inner energy, that open-heartedness. I feel like you know, it's almost like there was a potential where you could have been hardened by life, because you've had a lot of experiences that were difficult and you've battled away. You are the wounded warrior of life with that Nine of Wands. But I feel this year, you're not allowing that to harden you. It's like you're opening yourself up to excitement, to the dance of life. And I feel, you know, you've done a lot of getting really intimate with who you are, learning to love yourself and feel comfortable in your own skin. And now the Seven of Cups is like, you know, you have a choice. What do you focus on? Do you focus on all the things that could go wrong, all the bad things in the world, all the negative things that you've experienced? Or do you focus on all the positive? Do you focus on, you know, the hopeful stuff that you're connecting to and that you're going to accomplish? You have a choice what you connect to. And it's the same with what you watch, what you eat, who you spend time with. That all affects us in some way. And I feel like you're choosing the healthier options for you, okay? Now, also we have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. There's two people here, okay? And the Two of Cups did come out. So this can be about your relationships. This could be a neighbor, it could be a friend, it could be a family member, and it can also be aspects of self. So I'm going to pull a card on this. But if you're in a partnership, I definitely see that there's balance and reciprocity, okay? Whether it's in a business partnership or in a relationship, Six of Pentacles is all about balance, generosity, and I feel like you are a very generous person and you do go out of your way to help people. Some of you may even, you know, decide to volunteer at some sort of charitable event with a friend this year, and it will actually put you in a good position to open you up to more good karma. But also, I feel like there could be someone there that you need to meet for your journey in some way. This could be that they're going to be your friend for life if you're looking for your soul tribe, or it could even be that there's a piece of information that someone has to, you know, offer you, and it will help you long term. But let me just pull a card on this Queen of Pentacles and this Queen of Swords, because I also do feel these are aspects of self for you. Okay, we've got the Four of Pentacles and we've got the King of Swords. Interesting. So the Four of Pentacles is about holding on to, you know, holding on to the past and not letting life pass you by. It's about recognizing what holds you back, what gets in your way. The Devil card is not an evil card. It is actually an identifying card that highlights where we feel stuck. And I feel sometimes some of you have recognized, because you feel the undercurrent of life, it has made you feel a little bit extra cautious. So for example, if you've been hurt in love in the past, someone cheated on you or betrayed you, you may feel that you've been guarding your beautiful heart because you don't want to be hurt again. But at the same time, you're not allowing love in as much as you're trying to protect yourself. And not everybody is going to betray you. Also, in terms of friendships, if you've been disappointed by somebody and you've decided to cut yourself off because, that person let you down, I feel like you're opening up your soul tribe this year in order to embrace new energy, new people, new social settings. And I feel like you're going to vibe at frequencies with new people that will be your soul tribe for life, okay? Now also, we've got a Queen of Swords here and a King of Swords. So this could be you being in a couple, you attracting a high-level commitment, and with someone who perhaps has been hurt in the past as well. It's almost like two very detached people coming together, but at the same time recognizing that your wounds have the same sort of shape and that you can bond in some way over that. I feel, there's this energy of working together, but I also get this energy of some of you may be introduced to somebody, if you're looking for love, through a friend, okay? Also, I'm getting an energy here of these being aspects of self. And it's like this organizational mode, being self-sufficient. You don't need anybody, okay? But I actually see that this year you're going to pool your resources. There's more of a community vibe about you, getting a little bit more sociable, my beautiful Scorpio. And I feel like you're going to embrace it. And you're actually going to enjoy it a lot more than you think you are, okay? That's coming out there as well. So if you're in a high-level commitment relationship, okay, with somebody, and I feel like you... Now, this is interesting. This is coming through. You may open your home to another family member, because I feel extended energy. It feels like there may be a family member who perhaps is down on their luck. They may come and stay with you. You may open your door to that person, okay? I feel like they will do you a favor in the future. And it's not that you're helping someone to do a favor, for them to do you a favor back, but I feel like in the future, this person will do you a favor. And I feel it's a beautiful thing that you're doing to help this person. So that's for somebody. It's not going to be for everybody, but I get an energy of someone coming to stay, okay? Now, some of you, especially with the Four of Pentacles, this can be the home space. Some of you are saving your finances to either go into business with somebody who is close to you, or you are in business with someone and you're saving to branch out in that business. Some of you could even be pooling resources with you and family members in order to go into real estate. I definitely see that that'll be very lucrative. I see that more towards the end of the year, okay? So what I see is... I feel like there's a lot of properties, if you are interested in purchasing a property, I feel like there's a lot of properties that are going to pique your interest, but I feel it's round about August, September time where you really find something that you're going to go for. And I feel, it'll be a long process, but I feel you'll actually, purchase that towards the end of the year. But I feel like you don't find it until like the middle of the year. Okay, so that's coming out there as well. But in terms of aspects of self, the Queen of Pentacles can indicate that some of you are thinking about, building more wealth, multiplying your finances with hard work in order to help you and your family. But it's also a card of protection. And with these two cards, this is about implementing ideas to be very self-sufficient. So I definitely see this independent living coming out from you, and, you leading with total honesty and, getting to where you want to go because you are organized and having a clarity of purpose. And it stems from January in particular, where you're like, super focused. It's almost like tunnel vision towards accomplishing whatever it is you set out to do. Now, we also have that Six of Pentacles, which is a surprise from the universe. I feel there's something, as I said, around about the second week of January coming in that you will celebrate. But also, there's more than that. I feel there could be a little bit of extra money coming in as well at the end of January for you. And with the Six of Pentacles, this is a surprise. But it also indicates an energy of your generosity and kindness coming right back to you, that you are an earth angel. And it's almost like over the years, you've been so good to people, even when some people didn't deserve it. And I feel 2024 is almost like the year where karma comes right back at you and says, all those good things, here you go, you deserve this. So I feel there's some really wonderful things coming your way. Now, also, I feel it's very important for you to create balance in your life. A little bit of everything that you like is good. Too much of a good thing cannot be so good for you. And I feel like you're trying to find that level there as well. Now, if you're in a career, I definitely see that some of you, you're starting something new, and it may not be 100% the pay grade that you're looking for at first, but you will staircase. I feel like you will get more money, and it will increase. For some of you, if you've been, out of pocket a little bit, or you're overspent in the last couple of weeks or months, I definitely see you attracting more finances and your finances being replenished. Also, I feel some of you have been very cautious about launching either a new business or launching something. I mean, it could be that you're thinking about emigrating or moving abroad in some way, or you're manifesting and you've almost like lost touch with having time for yourself to really focus on turning those visions into reality. And that was in 2023. This year, you're going to make time. I feel like you're making time for friends. I also feel a lot of you have noticed that you've been on the go, and from January onwards, I feel like you're making more time and space for people who really deserve a place in your life. So if, you've been neglecting your own needs, I definitely see that you adhere to what you need. But I also see that you are making more time for friends and family, and for people who really deserve a place in your life. Now, that's a lot of cards that have popped out there, but obviously you're meant to get all of those. The first card there that you got, let me just get them all. We've got Cougar, assertive. Okay, so that's that fizzy energy that's coming out. It says, in silence, you'll find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. So I definitely see this is a very powerful start to the year for you. We've also got elk nobility. Now, thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. So I just heard remember your crown. And I always say, if you've got placements in Leo, there's always some sort of like connection to the Leo reading. Something like that came out in that reading as well. Of course, if you don't have placements in Leo, then, don't go and listen to the Leo reading. But I definitely see this is a year to remember your crown. You're going to be wearing it throughout the whole of the year, okay? And the crown chakra actually represents the knowingness. Trust in your knowingness, okay? Elk nobility. Celebrate your accomplishments with humility. You are crowned with success. Powerful forces guide you. Your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. And that's what I see you doing. You're conquering the challenges. You're looking at what is tempting, perhaps what is not good for you, even those challenges. The image that I saw, the horse galloping and jumping over all those like hedges or whatever you call them, furlongs. I thought that was like a measuring of land. Maybe I'm wrong. I just heard furlongs. I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'll have to look that up. But yeah, I feel like you're like jumping over those hurdles. I would call it a hurdle. I don't know what a furlong is, but I'll have to look it up. We've got polar bear mystic. That definitely came out in your reading, that you're going to be a little bit more interested in the unknown, the occult, and your spiritual gifts. It says, know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. Big one. This is a big one for you. And this is all for 2024 as well. Even though this is like January, I feel like you're setting yourself up for the year ahead. We've also got peacock vibrancy. As I said, you're not going to be in the shadows anymore. I feel like you are peacocking yourself. You're getting yourself out there. You are showing, what you're made of. And it says here, you were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility and avoid jealousy. See, that came out as well. People jealous of you. I feel like, you don't do things to make people jealous. I feel like you're just doing you. And a byproduct of that is sometimes people are not happy with themselves, so they project jealousy onto you because they feel they don't have the courage to march to the beat of their own drum. They don't give themselves permission to do that, but you do. So I feel sometimes that jealousy comes from that place. But it says here, be grateful for life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. This is also a big one for you as well. Now we have pronghorn action. And it says there, now is the time to act. Opportunities are here. Move forward with confidence. Your talents will always help you land on the pinnacle. Your quick wit and keen senses will lead you to success. Okay, and finally, interesting, that Ram, okay, so that's that Aries energy that I was feeling, the I am energy. It says here, perseverance. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. As I said, you know, your voice, your mind, you're going to be very clear thinking. And it says, with patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up, and good luck will follow. Okay, so excellent start to your year. And I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune for you before we close. Okay, so we have, interesting. So we have the water rune, emotions, and this is all about your psychic ability, your dreams. Pay close attention to your dreams, but also to really trust your intuition. Okay, this is a very interesting rune for you to come out here, but also it's about escaping temptation. Interesting. Okay, so I feel like that's something you'll be focused on. You're going to have the willpower to see it through to the end, whatever it is that you are trying to conquer in your personal life. Also, we have, sorry, I'm just getting some energy from this. So this is a dragonfly. I feel this is going to be a sign or a symbol for you, okay? I mean, whenever you get a dragonfly, it can represent partnerships, whether they're romantic, business, or just friendships in general. But also, I feel like this is like living in the moment. Dragonflies, you know, they complete a life cycle quite quickly. So they come in and then they dance. They find their partner or they find, you know, their counterpart and they just dance. They have this wonderful dance together and then it's like over. So I feel, you know, we are here, but in a breath of time. And it's really important for you to live in the moment and enjoy yourself. Enjoy and, you know, open yourself up as much as possible to that childlike spirit, because life can get very hard and serious. And I feel like that's been weighing heavy on your shoulders. So I feel that you've kind of promised yourself that this year you're going to do things a little bit differently or approach things in a different manner that opens you up a little bit more to adventure. And I feel like if you're looking for love, I do see that this is your year to find love. And there's a high potential for you to meet someone at a charitable event or at some sort of gathering where people maybe even, you know, collect some money for charity. So, I mean, it could be that you go to the theater, for example, and you meet someone there, but they're doing like a little charitable collection at the end. I just see there's some sort of charity connection there, or it could be the person you're about to meet works for a charity or does a lot of charitable work, or even you do. But I feel like something like that connects you and a new person if you are looking for love. And of course, if you're not, I definitely see that you're establishing your relationships on a deeper level, remembering what you fell in love with in the first place. And if you're not even looking for love right now, you're just healing. Remember, take that time that's necessary to heal. I'll leave it there, my beautiful Scorpio. Sorry, it was a really long one this time, but I feel like you're really establishing a very powerful position in January to set you up for the rest of the year. So it's an important one. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you in some way. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message, lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Scorpio, and love and light.